Welcome. It's 12 midnight. I'm still working on my prototype. It's based on a Tamiya TT01. Just a backstory. So, from ideation to getting it to the shakedown run, it took me about 2 weeks. Yeah, the ideation, I think it took me 2 days to try to figure out a suspension that is comparable to the modern cars. And then building it, assembling it, took me 2 weeks. Not bad. Not bad because I think if I read the story of Iris and Ryan Maker's SP1 prototype cars or their new cars, took them years to develop it. I don't have that kind of endurance. I'm a rapid prototyper guy. Unless I can make it quick, I'm gonna lose interest. Alright, so actually yesterday, I think you saw the video. I'm a mechanic, but lately I've been enjoying. When I drove this yesterday, I actually enjoyed driving an RC car again. I know maybe I'm biased, but actually it felt fun to drive. And I was just driving, and it gave me a zen, relaxed feel, not stress. So the car now is more smoother, calmer to drive, but still very reactive. Yeah, so it's getting there, it's making me happy to drive it, unlike other cars. uh, Before, my favorite was the TB04. My daughter doesn't like it, but I like it. That was my favorite. But now this is miles ahead of the TB04. So what I've been doing now is, so the basic geometry is done. It's okay. The durability, meaning things falling apart. On the first day, things were coming undone, but that's done. I've figured that out. So yesterday, nothing fell off, nothing broke. So it's now durable. And so the thing now I'm working on is trying to eliminate all the slop. So this is an example of no slop. It's rock solid. So I cannot even flex it. This one has some slop on the lower arm, so I have to deal with that. The rear has a lot of slop. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. So I'll work on this tomorrow. Lots of slop. And I just use super glue and something to slowly put it inside the, you know how it is. Yeah, super glue. The thing to remove slop is don't overdo it. So just put a thin coat of super glue where you want to take up the space. Then test fit. Then if it's still a little sloppy, put another thin layer. So don't put one big thick layer. It's really patience. Because the slop, these slops are like, you're talking tenths of a millimeter in terms of eliminating it. Yeah. What else? Actually, I'm happy. So I posted this on Facebook, and just to see how people like this new design. My daughter liked it, so I was surprised she liked it. She's very critical of my cars. It's hard to please her, but yeah. So far, I'm surprised that it's almost up to 500 likes when I posted it, and I was curious, so I compared the others. So I took a look. Uh, I took a look at, for example, Ryan Makers. So when he released his SP1 about a week ago, I think he got around 600 or 700 likes, and he's a well-known guy. He sells a lot of stuff, so it's kind of cool that mine is around 500. And then I looked at Tamiya when they released their 421 on their own Facebook page. It only has 77 likes. They need to work on their social media. So their new TRF is like, yeah, not many people reacted to it on their own homepage. Strange, right? I don't know. So my TRF is more popular than Tamiya's on a social media basis. Now this one is the Iris from my new good friend Andreas Myberg. And when they released it, I think, when was this? Last year, the Iris 1.5. It has 237 likes. So kind of surprised. I like the car. I like it. If I was gonna get one, I would get his car because it's different at the same time. Functionally good, I think, in terms of the suspension. Materials is good when I held it in my hands. I like it, but I decided to go and do my own thing. Buying a car for me now and just assembling and copying setup is boring. So yeah, I decided to embark on my own journey. Automatics, when they released this, I think last year as well, or early this year, their new car, on their Facebook page, it's around almost 600 likes. So surprise. And then Yakomo, 300 likes. So at least I beat the MS1 Yakomo in terms of social media. Hopefully I beat them on the track. What else? What else are the new kits nowadays? Let me see. Scroll down. Let me see. One moment. The Schumacher MI9. Pretty popular. 660 likes on their Facebook page. So they're similar in popularity, I guess, to the new Ryan Maker SP1 touring car. So these are the new cars. So mine is pretty good, right? I like it. So thanks to all those who gave a like, and I'll keep working on it. I think so far we've done 3 days of testing, and we've been improving it quite a bit. So the first day was just a shakedown, just going easy, make sure not to crash. The second was pushing a little, doing some tweaking, testing. And then yesterday we started to really push harder. So we adjusted the roll center, make sure so when we started going faster, my daughter started noticing the rear was not rolling at the same time as the front. It was a little late in rolling. And so I reduced the roll center a little bit. And then she said it's pretty good. But I think on the high-speed sweeper, if we can call it that, middle to exit, it turned into still, there's still an oversteer, over rotation tendency. So I might reduce my roll bar a little, go maybe 2 steps thinner. This is I think a 1.6, so I might go down to a 1.4. What else? Yep, that's it. I read comments that it looks like the car needs more steering or rotation, corner speed, but that's down to the track being not so grippy at the moment, and I'm also not using those toxic traction compounds. I'm using my safe one, which is probably not about a tenth or two slower, but if it's just for doing testing or just playing, it's okay. I'd rather just enjoy the hobby that way, and rather than get a headache the next day due to the chemicals. But actually, the car, I feel, has good steering. It actually has a tendency to be more on the oversteer than understeer. So I like that. The body itself was mounted neutral. So if I really need more steering, I could still move the body about 5 to 6 mm forward to give more steering, but I don't need it at the moment. Yeah, so just I like it because for some reason I think the aluminum arms is working for me. I like it. It's very responsive now. So if I change 0.5 here, the car really responds to setup changes very well. I can feel it. So it's a precise car. I like that kind of car. When you change something, it actually does something. It does what it's supposed to do. So yeah, my daughter's enjoying driving this car. She's getting over the fact it's a TT01. So we compare. My friend brought. I saw an X4 yesterday, and that's in the other video. But yeah, X4 I think is a little lower CG around this area. Not by much, but a little lower here. But surprisingly, the length, the wheelbase, and the track width were exactly the same. So I think I'm on the right path. At least the geometric distance of the tires is exactly the same as the X4. But what I noticed was the X4, they had the same short shocks but a little more leaned in. So something for me to think about, but nothing so. It's just curiously they lean the shocks in a little more. Probably more corner speed that way. We'll see. I'm already leaned in as much as I can, so I can still stand it up, but lean wise my shocks are all leaned in. It's okay. So it's almost 1 o'clock. Time to get sleeping, get to bed. But read this, all these touring cars. All right, that's my Axon. I still haven't touched it since February. And then the truck. So my daughter will join the Tamiya Asia Cup finals next month in the truck class. Not exactly my cup of tea, but yeah. And then some of the bodies that I used to enjoy doing, creative artwork. And some of my first car, Ford Ranger XLT. And then I also built an initial D Toyota Trueno Underneath that is a chopped up TL01. And here's my messy man cave. Look at that stereo system from 1970s, I think. It's a messy. My living room is now a storeroom of RC cars. All right. I think that's enough for today. Yeah, so hope you're enjoying my journey in making my own stuff, my own racing car. And then yeah, body up stops. Actually, now it's as functional as anything you can buy in the market. And actually, it is even more functional because I can increase or decrease my arm width. I can increase it by 1 mm, 2 mm. Whereas the newer cars, they already have a fixed arm length. Right? The new pillable like MI9, they're all fixed, but I can still adjust mine. Yeah. Yep. Now the next stages will probably, once I remove the slop and I try to simplify it as much as possible, to take it from Lotus, it's simplify, then add lightness. Add lightness. So I'm already light here, carbon. I already have the spool, which can go here to replace the diff. That will probably be a 10-gram difference in lightness. I bought the lightweight outdrives, so I'll put that in tomorrow. And I have lightweight drive shafts that I will eventually put in, but for practice I don't want to waste them. So yeah, adding lightness is expensive, but yeah, we're racing, right? We're racing. It's gonna be lighter, but not right now. We're still trying to test the suspension, the design. So no need to spend too much on lightness yet. Once it's all done, the light bits will come in and make the car faster. Alright, so look at all those bottles. All these bottles. All those formulations of my traction compound. But honestly, yesterday, I was happy. So this is my new version. It gives the same grip as gold, my what I sell, but it does not attract dirt as much, so it maintains the grip. That's what I was trying to go for, because once your tires get dirty, the grip suddenly goes away quickly, and our track that we play on is kind of dusty. So this was a good step forward yesterday. I really felt this was holding well against dust. Yep. And it made my car more in tune with my inputs. It's followed my commands better. So traction compound plays a big role. So not only the design of the car, but the traction compound helps in terms of setup. If your traction compound is too sticky, your car will not follow you. It will not want to turn into the corner, or it's gonna be, it's not gonna be. It must be a combination of sticky but flow, so that it can turn the corner fast and keep up with your inputs and feel light. If your traction compound is not too sticky, your car will feel lighter and go faster. All right. Okay. I think I'm making myself sleepy by talking so much. I'm okay now. I can go to sleep. All right, see you next time, guys.